So I'd usually start with it's something you can change or adapt in your workplace that won't necessarily impact on the job role, but will make a massive impact to your employee and how they complete their work. Some examples of that might be in a noisy environment, allowing people to use headphones. If you've got like a hot seating arrangement, you might help someone by having a set desk, which can help them acclimatise to the work day. Other things that might help people are stuff like flexible working hours, being able to work from home or working hybrid. So someone's got a comfortable environment and knows that they can still complete their work while not necessarily having a work environment, and stuff like making adaptations to what's expected of them socially, not assuming that people will be able to do that side of work or even want to involve themselves in that side of work, and also doing stuff like emailing out instructions instead of it being verbal, making sure someone's understanding is the same as yours as well, and cutting out some of the office speak that some people have can be really helpful. Often it can make people feel more anxious than usual, and you'll often find autistic people who are either undiagnosed or are trying to mask to get on with work and complete like a normal workday life, may not be able to bring these things up or feel like they're really anxious about bringing those things up, which can then lead to something like burnout or other illnesses manifesting. It means they might go off sick more or decide that the job's not for them, where with the reasonable adjustments, you might find that someone's able to commit to work and do work really, really well, and possibly be one of your best performing employees if they have adaptations that makes being autistic in a non-neurodiverse friendly world a lot easier. So it will usually mean that they'll be able to stay in work. From my own experience and from being on the other side of the hiring process, as well as talking to people, it's one of the most confusing minefields for autistic people. A lot of times people come up with questions in interviews that are designed to kind of not trip people up, but if you don't have the exact understanding, people can go off on tangents, and it's like, well, that's not the question I asked. So what I always advise people is get someone neurodiverse, if you can, to look over your questions and go, is this the question you're asking? No, then maybe word it a little bit differently. Think about a way for someone to have a trial shift or perform something that you expect them to do in their job, because often interview skills and the skills you need for your job are two different things. So someone might be really terrible at interviewing, but be amazing at the job, but will miss out on that because there's that barrier in place. If you have a way for people to disclose that they're autistic beforehand, if they feel comfortable, that might open up a conversation of reasonable adjustments that they would like for an interview. They might prefer to do it online. They might prefer to do it at a certain time of day, so they're not stressed out the entire day. I know if I get an opportunity and I've been for interviews, I will always go for the first slot so I don't have to worry about it the entire day. So those are a couple of suggestions from me.